Hola, once again welcome into Solsoft channel. This is Sol. We thank you for watching and subscribing to the videos, to the channel, and watching out the videos that we release. We really appreciate. The last time we dealt with advanced logo designing. Mainly the emphasis was on logo designing, producing out different and logo designs. We used Adobe Illustrator CC, and mostly it was all about advanced designs, mostly logo. We tackled logos. We tried to express the best we could put out from scratch, how to design logos in advanced mode, majorly using the pen tool, the gradient, trying to emulate and put the best out using the gradient tool, blending out colors, also dealing with pen tool and also shape builder tool. So the main emphasis was put on the tools, the pen tool and the shape builder tool, then bringing in the other one that focuses on color, that was the gradient tool. So if you didn't watch these videos, please follow the link in this video. You'll have to find those videos, watch them. They'll help and teach more about how to go with Adobe Illustrator CC from scratch, trying to design most of the advanced logos and graphics. Yes, so this time we're going to handle Adobe Photoshop, and we are going to handle how do we remove a background from an image. Yes, that's what we're going to handle this time. We're going to go and open Adobe Photoshop. You're going to open a default Photoshop size. We're going to try to name it, let me say Solsoft, if I may name this. Let me give it a name. Let me say Solsoft. Right, I'll change this to pixels. Yes, and we shall use the landscape for the page orientation. Then we shall go on and press create. All right, we're going to go and open our file explorer. Remember, we're using Windows. Yes, for the PCs. Right, I'm going to look for that image onto the desktop and try to drop it onto the page. Press tick. We press Z to zoom out. We hover around the image and try to be a bit exact. Try to again zoom out. Yes, this is enough. We try to pan around the image and find the exact spot we're going to use. Alright, press letter P for a pen tool and try from the bottom. We're going to try to press these dots and locate the points. Yes, hover around the image, trying to look for the exact spot where you have to where we try to cut out the image from and use these points. Of course, we use the anchor points, and just like this, we are going to be a bit faster this time. We just like that. Pen tool is easy to use for those who have been using such programs. This tutorial may not be specifically for advanced designers, advanced artists, but now it's mainly focusing on those beginning to use Adobe Photoshop, mainly learning how to remove backgrounds from these images. Most of the images we see have no backgrounds, but initially they be having them. That is of course known. But then you may be interested in using a different background, so your main emphasis may be put on one image, on a person, on an image, something. So you have to remove the background. But most of the folks here, the beginners, if it's your first time to use Adobe Photoshop, this tutorial will do good for you. But those who have been using it for so long, okay, for some good time, they know what we're doing. But again, doesn't stop you from reminding yourself such things. Of course, for the first time you found hard time to hover around, to play around with this pen tool, how to be exact, the shortcuts that they use. Yeah, so it is still a challenge to those who do not know how to use these shortcuts. The shortcuts are always updated. If at all a new release, if at all there's a new release or a change in the program, and they're always posted into the Adobe's website. Do not fail to go there and then have a search for the best. Look for them, get to know, learn. Then, yes, you'll be a good person that way. Of course, you'll be knowledgeable. Right, we're trying to cut this shape out. This gentleman, and we use it. Right. This we're trying to cut this head out. We do not want to be so close to the image. We are trying to be a bit further, but again, not that much far from the image. We're trying to create something like this. Something like this. We've not gone so far. Okay, right, that's great, that's great, that's great. I'll try to reduce this point of right. Nope. Try to reduce this so that it will be exact here. Try to cut out this edge and the ear. Try to do something like this. Alright. Hope we are on it. Right. So right, something like this. Here we are trying to something like this. Right, hope we have it cut out exactly to the spots we want. Let's try to really show near the shoulder, but the collar has to be a bit straight. There's a corner here, right like this. Yes. Right, we do something like this. We right, we are something out of this, like this. Oops, something like this. We are okay, trying to be a bit exact here. Right. Like this. Like this. Okay. Something like that. It's not like that. Something like that. We are nearly completing. Hope we're not taking so much of the time. We're getting it out. We're trying to be a bit faster. There's this corner here. Right. The jacket. Is something like that. Like this. Like that. Here we are. A bit exact like that. We are going to do something like this. Alright, okay, let's try to reduce the size. Press Z, Alt. We're trying to now try to remove this point like this. We press Shift so that we take a straight line. Just like that. Then again press Shift. The straight line. Shift. That's it. As you press the left mouse button, then to the point, press Shift. Join it. Right. Hope we are on it. We are try to zoom out. Try to zoom in. Sorry. Try to zoom out and see. Yes, you're right. Right. We've made a proper selection. Right. That is it. This blue points marks shows that this is where the anchor points are, where we've been putting emphasis onto the image. Right, then after that we're going to right click. We're going to say make selection. We shall use a feather radius of 1 for the best results. Right, we're going to use a feather radius of 1 for the best result. Right, yes, this is the selection we've made. Right, now we're going to hover to the layer. Press the layer. We're going to right click onto the layer. We say rasterize the layer. After rasterizing the layer, we press onto the background. We take the seal off. That's the lock. We now proceed to the selection. We go to layer, right? We say we're going to right, select. We're going to select right. We're going to inverse the selection so that we get to remove the other background instead of the one in focus. Yes, so after that we're going to press to look for the rubber tool. Right, as I press, I'm going to select the layer that we need to put the emphasis on. Then we just press the left mouse button into the background. You're going to see that whenever I press this button, I'll be removing some of the background content in the image, but I'm eliminating the image in selection, because I said inverse selection. If you don't inverse the selection, the image will be the one erased. So when we inverse, we always put emphasis on to removing the background, because it's where we've put it's where we need to erase. So I'm erasing the entire background. As you see, this gentleman is left with no background, but again we cannot say he's left with no background, because if you take a look, he has a white background, but we don't want that white background, as we do not want it. All right, we do not want it, as we do not want it. So let's deselect the rubber, pressing the quick selection tool. Right, then we're going to hover around the layer 0, which is the background, the other white patch, the background you see. We can long press, that's the left click, then press this layer to the bin. As you see now, we are left with the background. As you see this checkerboard, the checkerboard indicates that there is no background in the image. Even the other white paper you've been seeing, it's no longer there. We've been able to remove it all. This image now floats. We can put it anywhere, whether in magazine, postcards, anything like that. We are having a floating background. So the moment you see this checkerboard, it's a sign of inclusion, that the image has no background. So it can be used anywhere. It can be used onto any form of publication, magazines, cover pages, newspaper, and so on and so forth. So this has been our today's tutorial. Hope you've liked it. This is what we had today. We have to, okay, for the best, let's first select save. Yes, we save this. You can either have save to cloud documents if you're totally interested in uploading most of your content to cloud. Yes, for us we have we can now for now, let's save onto the computer storage. We can save it Solsoft. This, for the best results, we can save it as a PNG. We can save it as PNG. All right, we can save it as Solsoft. We put an underscore. We can put Obama, right, like that. Let me put it in caps locks for the right, like that. It's a PNG document. It's saving in photo projects. It's a folder that you'd create for the best allocation of your projects, so that you do not take much time looking for them. So for the best, let me save it as Obama Solsoft. Then I'll save it as a PNG. I'll click a save. Right, so they say that PNG format option, they say large file, fastest saving, they say interlacing, medium file size, and then medium saving, then smallest file size, the soft saving, slow saving. So for now, I'm going to use a large file size because it's even what we want. Instead of interlacing or medium file size or smallest file size. So for now, we're going to save it as a large file size for the latest for the fastest saving. Press OK. Yes, press OK. So this image has been saved in our documents. When you open the file explorer, we are trying to look for this document in the Photoshop size, photo projects. We're going to look for Solsoft. It's here, Obama, right? Double click. You're going to see something like that. Right, this is something we're talking about. This image has no background, but it's left, as you see in the previous image we had a background, right? It even had the Capitol State Building here around the back, but now it is left with no background. So this really indicates that we can use Photoshop for removal of more than this. There are more of these that are complex, but for the best you'll have to practice. Yes, we've saved this image as a PNG. Yes, all right, we are going to okay, if I may try to open this picture, this image for you, you'll see that let's try to compare. Right, let me try to compare. It was on desktop. Yes, it was on desktop. Right, if I try to open this, you see, right, this is the best. Okay, you can see that we had a background in the image. Let me try to hover around this, and also this. We had a background, yes, previously. Remember, if you could compare these images, we had this in the first place, right? We are now having something like this. So this is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. That it's easy for you to remove the background and be in position to use these images, right? So this is what we're talking about. Firstly, we had this. Second, we had this. We have this. Now, if you compare, this is what we have. Something like this. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. All right, all right. Okay, folks, right. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe and comment. Leave a comment in the comments box. We intend to bring the best results from that. But don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification so that we'll be able to update you with the latest video release by Solsoft.inc channel. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.